Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Chris and this is Crisp Digitals. If this is your first time joining me on my channel, I want to welcome you specially. And if you are a returning subscriber, I also want to welcome you specially. Thank you guys for coming back and for supporting this channel. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel. Okay guys, let's get on to this video. As you guys can see in front of you, this is a notebook for college students or for those in the university that want to take notes using their OneNote. Okay, so this is what I call the ultimate college lecture notebook and planner for OneNote. That's a mouthful, but simply put, this is just an ultimate college lecture notebook. So over here you will see the thank you page, thank you section, and also let me just go over this, all right, where it says connect with me. All right, so if you have questions or anything, or you want to contact me for maybe a special personalization of your OneNote for college lecture or any other thing like CRM that I created, if you want to contact me to do something special for you or for your business, you can contact me with any of this. I always check my email for sure because I get a lot of emails on this and I respond to them. You can also join the Facebook group using this link, or you can, of course, you're watching my channel right now, but you can also get this. You can get to me through my YouTube channel as well by clicking this link here. Okay. All right. So just let me go. Let me go over this section here. So right here, I have the name Awesome State University, the home of awesomeness. All right, guys, as you know, I made this up. So this is just something you can replace. You can change this to your state university. Say, for example, I just put Kansas State University. All right. And that will be capitalized, of course. All right. So you can put Georgia State, you can put whatever college you are in, you can use that to just replace that here. Okay, I'm just going to undo this. All right, and over here I put the major and the course you take it. So right here it's microbiology. All these are fictitious, all these are things you can change, and that's a good thing about this OneNote planner or OneNote lecture notebook I created. Every single thing can be customized to your liking. If you read this thank you section right here, to tell you that everything can be customized because it's a Microsoft OneNote. Okay, so that means that you can edit and customize everything within this notebook. It also means that all links work with direct navigation. So I have a lot of links to this notebook that you can click and it will take you to different sections of this notebook, and it also take you to different pages, and also it will take you to external links like Google Calendar, calculator, and other things that I link to external link that is outside of the OneNote. Okay, all right, so down here I have other major and minors. The reason I put this is because in colleges or in universities, some students have double majors and some will have a major and a minor. So I just want to give that room for people who have this kind of majors and minors in their academic career. So right here I put the major here is microbiology, and over here I put another major, which means this person has double major. So the second one is biochemistry, and then the minor is mathematics. Okay, I don't know who will have this kind of schedule. That would be crazy. It means this person will not see daylight. They will be always studying in the library or doing work all the time. So this is just, I believe, well, people probably do it, but here it is. All right, over here you have the dashboard that I can click to and it will take me to the dashboard, and of course here you have my logo. By the way, I updated my logo, so this is the one I'm going with right now. The last time I used my old logo was, I believe, 3 years ago, probably. Okay, but this is the one I like now. It's clean, it's neat, it's all right. All right, without jumping too much about this, I don't want this video to be long, so let's just get into this. So I'm going to click here and I'll go into the dashboard. Okay, here's the dashboard, guys, and you guys can see the first thing you will see on your right hand corner, upper right hand corner here, you will see the daily review, you will see a calendar, you will see email, you will see Internet Explorer, which is not the Internet Explorer. This is actually kind of Chrome. Okay, you can change this to Safari if you use Apple. You can use this as Google Chrome. I just put internet here, meaning that this can take you to the World Wide Web. Okay, and over here I have the calculator. All right, first of all, right here, let's just go over this before I come back to these ones. So over here you have your chemistry and you have your mathematics. All of these are just possible subjects or courses that people take in their college careers or in their school. So I just listed about 15 of these. You can actually customize all of this. You can put accounting here. You can put, let me say for example, I can just put accounting here. As you guys can see, I can customize this. Okay, I can put whatever I want to put there that you do in school, you know, physical education or anything that you do in school, your major, you can just not really your major, but your subjects, what you take, you can just put them there. Okay, you undo this. All right, and also you can navigate using the links here. Okay, and over here I put the text that you can enter here, so you can put your textbooks here. So whatever textbook you're using for each class, you can put it here. For example, I have Introduction to Chemistry Volume 1. I don't know if that exists. I just put that there, and I also put the lab, because most chemistry lecture you will have chemistry labs, right? I took chemistry, so I know that. So right here you have the chemistry lab booklet. So sometimes, if not all the time, you will have a chemistry lab book, right, that you used to do to record your datas and all this stuff for your lab. And also here you have the mathematics, and here you can put the textbook here as well, and physics, you can put your textbook here and the labs. And those are the ones that have labs, like your biology, your human anatomy, and your biochemistry. Those ones might have those labs as well, so don't forget to put that here. Mind you, this is to help you organize your day-to-day activity as a college student. Okay, all right, so before I come down to here and start clicking, I want to show you guys these links. I'm not going to click on this daily link, daily review yet, but I want to show you the external links. Is because this one is an internal link. So if I click on this, it will take me to the daily review within OneNote. But if I click on the rest of this, they should be taking me outside. That's why I call them the external link. So for example, for those of you who want to also access your Google Calendar, I made it easy for you to be able to do that here. So if I click on this, it should take me to my Google Calendar. In this instance, it will take you to your Google Calendar. Okay, all right, let me go back. All right, so over here, if I click on this, it should take me to my email. It should take you to your email as well. Okay, so if I click on that, it should take me to my Gmail. Okay, so here I can use this to send emails to my teachers or to my friends and to other people. Right here to take me to google.com. all right, so here you can use that to do your search, or you can change the link to whatever area you want it to take you to. And to change the link is easy. You just highlight this. All right, right click on that and go to edit link. All right, and now you can change it to whatever website you want. All right, that's what you can do. All right, so the last one is calculator, because sometimes, if not all the time, students will want to use this on their, like they want to open a calculator instead of using their cell phone to do calculations, or if they don't want to use their regular Texas Instrument calculator or other types of calculator, they can use this one. So if I click on this, it will take me to a website that has calculators, not just one. So right here I have the regular calculator, and it has some scientific features on it. And also here you can have other calculators. So the financial calculators are here, where you can do mortgage calculator, loan calculator, and the rest of them. And this one can also do your fitness and health calculations. And this is a math calculation. So if I click on this scientific, it should take me to this side. Okay, so here you can use it to do your math calculation, and there are other calculators here that you can use. So I just wanted to include that for you guys, so you guys can have access to different kinds of calculators. Okay. All right, so now let's jump into this aspect. So to the right hand corner of this, so here you have all your classes from chemistry to biochemistry. Okay, so it's the same thing I have here, but right here you have them in this vertical section, and here you have the building and the room number. So right here you have chemistry, and the building, for example, is building A, or A building. And you know how colleges have like buildings names that you have to identify your class, like your class areas by. So right here you have the room number. So example, I say A100. So for example, other schools or other building might be by name. Okay, so physics is the building is John Smith East building. I just made this one up as well. And then the room number is 200. So you can go down here and start typing in all the room numbers and building based on where your classroom is located. Okay, so that's how you do that. All right, over here, let's go to chemistry. I will show you chemistry, and I will show you another one. I'm not going to go over everything here because most of them will be the same. So I'm going to show you one that has a lab and one that doesn't have a lab, so you guys can see it. So I'm going to go with chemistry. So I'm going to click on this, and it will open the chemistry lecture notebook. All right, so first thing we want to do, we want to look at the upper left hand corner, where you have the professor's name. Okay, so here you put your professor's name. All right, so this is Dr. Smith, and here will be the lecture room, and it will be A100. And over here it's the lecture start time. So when does the lecture start? So right here put like 10 a.m. and lecture ends at what time? Let me just add S right there. Oops. So lecture ends at 11:45 a.m. Okay, so that's an hour 45 minutes of lecture. Okay, and over here on this side you see the professor's information, because sometimes when we start school, you know, all these papers you got to carry around, your folders, and you have to write professor's name, or they already wrote it down in a piece of paper for you, like printed it on a paper for you, and then you misplace them, and you can't really figure out where you kept them, and you asking people about your professor's number, their email address, and all of that. It could be cumbersome, and it could be very frustrating sometimes when you're looking for your professor's information. So I put it up here so you guys can just put everything here that you need to put up concerning your professor. Over here you have the professor's office hours, because sometimes people forget their professor's office hours, so they don't really have the time. They don't really know when to go see their professor to ask questions and to seek for advice or something. Okay, so also I have here office building. So right here we'll say this is a B building 1 2 3. Okay, that's the office room. And over here will be the email address of the professor, so drsmith@email.com, and the phone number of your professor. So right here I put 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. So this is just a generic phone number that I included here. Okay, the next thing here, I have the to-do list. Okay, you can expand this if you need more. So if you are taking lecture with this professor, and there are certain things you need to do or remind yourself for. You can use this to-do list that when you get out of class, these are the things you need to go do. Maybe you need to go get a new lab book that he was talking about, so you're going to write it down here. Maybe there is a new resources that he wants you guys to know about, you guys can probably download online or go somewhere else to buy it. So you want to put those things down here so you have, something that is well organized for you. Okay, so the next thing is the homework and assignment. So this is where you can just write down your homework and your assignment given to you. You can just put it down here. If it's like a page that you need to go read, you can put a page here and the page number here or the chapter. You can do it right here. And your top reminders, what are the things that you need to remind yourself of? Is there like a quiz that is coming, or is there like something that you need to remind your professor? Anything that has to do with you reminding somebody something within your class, or somebody wants you to note something and you want to remember that, you don't want to forget it, you can put it here. Okay, all right, so the next step we're going to take is we're going to go to the lecture notes. Okay, so the next lecture note, I don't want to restrict this by creating a box, because then if I create a box, it will restrict you from using the real estate that OneNote has provided you. It's an infinity, right? Or I should say it's an endless kind of a blackboard where you can just write and write. I remember when I was in school, I discovered OneNote probably by accident, and I used it a lot. I was like, wow, what is this? It doesn't have an end to what I can write. I can write all the way down, I can write all the way sideways, and it keeps going. It's just infinity. So I enjoyed that. So I didn't want to restrict you guys by creating a box. I used to have a box on it, but then when I was testing it, I realized that nah, this is not going to be good. It's just going to make everything you're doing to be on one side, and you can move around. You can create something here. For example, you can type something here, and then for you to type something here, it will bring you, for you to type something here, it will bring you back here if I created a box. So, but now that I remove the box, now I can create something here. Okay, I can create something here, right? I can put it here. I can put it there. You see, and it doesn't stop me. Okay, it doesn't stop me from doing anything. All right, so that's why I left it like this. Okay, up here you will see where I put the topic and chapter. So the topic would be whatever chapter you guys are treating that day. So if it's chemistry 101, for example, I just put it there. It could be something else. Could be something else that you guys are treating that day or discussing that day. You just type that here. You can remove this and you can type yours. All right. Okay, so the other thing I want to say is this. The important thing is, after you've done all of this, all right, the next time you have class, say you have class 2 days from now, right? So if you want to continue using this like that, you can, because it's infinity, right? You can just keep taking notes, but I don't see it as productive for you, because this was created for it to be easy for you to navigate and use it to organize your studies, not to make it more complicated. Okay, so instead of you to just keep typing the next day or the next lecture you have, all you have to do is come to where it says add page. Okay, wait for it, click on it, and look, it just created you another chemistry lecture. So this is the first one and this is the second one. All right, you might not see any difference. What I would do is I'm going to type hey. Okay, and now if I go to the second one, you don't see hey, but the first one you see hey. So it created another one. Okay, just take that out. All right, so you can either bring this under that, and you can start, you can give this a different name. Also, what I've also noted is you can change the chemistry lecture to the topic you're treating. So if you're treating chemistry 101 or something else, you can just change that. Okay, all right, and now you have that changed right here. Okay, so maybe the next time you had a lecture, you guys did chemistry 102. There's nothing like that, just making this up. Okay, but it depends on whatever you guys are treating. Okay, you will be using that name if you want. Okay, if you want, you'll be doing that. All right, let's take this out. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is chemistry lab. So if I click on chemistry lab, okay, it will take me to this. Look, it still has your professor names section and the professor information. So most chemistry classes, your professors might be different. There might be a professor that will teach you the lecture part of it, and there will be another one that will just be doing the lab part of it. Okay, I know in my chemistry class, there was a different professor for the lab and for the lecture. So over here we can say Dr. Jones. The first one for the lecture is Dr. Smith. So this one is Dr. Jones, and his room number is different, and his time, I just put the same time here. Okay, sorry, just got a text. The other one is also the professor's information, so all of this you can use, and here you can put the number. I didn't put it, so I'll just put this. Okay, see how easy it is to just add stuff to it. All right, and over here I have the daily review, I have the dashboard. All these are clickable, so if I click on this dashboard, it should take me back to the dashboard, right? So we're back here. I'm going to go back. Okay, so for example, over here we also have this laboratory apparatus and equipment checklist. So these are some of the things I kind of added here for you guys just to use if it's useful for you. If it's not useful, you can just delete them. Or if you are taking chemistry for the first time, or chemistry lab for the first time, and you guys are going to do some experiments in the lab, some of these things you will need to know or need to have in your class, in your lab class. So here you have the beaker, you have the conical flask, you have the Florence flask, and all of that. So as you come into the lab and your professor is telling you guys what is in front of you and what you need to have on your lab desk or your lab table, you can just start checking them. Okay, I have beaker, I have the L.A. Myers flask, I have the Florence flask, I have the test tubes. You can just keep checking. But then if you find out that you don't have certain things that you're supposed to have on your desk, on your table, you can leave those and don't click on them, and you can just keep going, and the ones that you have, you can just check them. And then if you have the chance, you can ask your professor, where can you find your pipettes and your granulated cylinders and all of that. So this is just an example of how you can, make yourself organized. Every time you get into the lab, you want to make sure you have all of this. You're going to just check them out. Okay, and over here you also have the glassware and container checklist. So here you want to make sure you have all the necessary glasswares and containers for your experiment. So every time you come to the lab, you want to make sure you check all of this and make sure you have them, right? And here you have the safety data sheet that you will use. So you're going to provide safety information for your chemicals that you use, right? If you're doing like a chemical experiments, reactions and all of that. Okay, and over here you want to make sure you have your lab benches and workstation checklist, meaning that when you're done doing your experiment and everything is done for the day, you want to have a checklist for your cleanup. So you want to clean your workstation. If you've done that, you check it. And you want to fume hoods for handling volatile substances, you check it. And if you've properly disposed chemicals in their appropriate places, you can just check that. So at least at the end of every section for your lab, you want to make sure all these are checked. So before you leave your lab, you want to make sure they are checked. And here we have the reference materials. Okay, so over here you have the, I just added this for you guys. So formula chart and a periodic chart. So if I click on this, double click, okay, so for these ones you should be double clicking, I believe, and it will open a PDF. Okay, and in that PDF you will see the formula sheets for general chemistry. So over here are your equations. So I added that for you guys. Okay, and the second one is your periodic table. So I also added that, so you don't have to leave your computer to go look for one, in your bag or something. So I added all of this for you guys. All right, and over here you have your task to-do list. Okay. And here I didn't forget this. So these are your chemicals and reagents. So here you have various chemicals for experiments. So you have acid, bases, and salts. And you can put your acids here, you can put your bases here, you can put the salts here. Here you have your solvents, so water, ethanol, and your indicators are your pH and your litmus papers. Okay, so you can just add them. Again, if none of this applies to you, you can just ignore them or you can delete them. But I know a lot of people will use some of this. And over here is your documentation and reporting. So your lab notebook, right? So here you want to record observation, you want to record your procedures, you want to record your results and lab reports. So here you're going to summarize your experiments, including objectives, methods, data, and conclusions. So this is a place you're going to come and you're going to just start going to work, just start typing, right? You're gonna just start going. Okay, so as you can see, as I type and enter, it expands. Okay, so you can go all the way, you can just keep typing your papers and stuff. All right, so this is something I think most students will appreciate and use. All right. Okay, so right now, say you've done this particular lab session for the day, and the next day you're going to come for a lab, or the next week you're going to come for lab again. So now you can either right click and copy, right? And right click and paste. And once you do that, now you have two labs. Okay, but the problem will be that you've already wrote down stuff here, done checklist here, so whatever you copied will still be what is going to be pasted here, and then you have to go around and keep deleting, removing stuff, and that could be a pain in the butt. And remember what I said, this is not supposed to make you work too hard. This is supposed to make your studies easy. It's supposed to make it organized and not to give you headaches. Okay, so I'm going to delete the second one. All right, so what you're going to do is you're not going to click add page, because if you click add page, it's going to bring out the lecture, the chemistry lecture. So you don't want to do that. Instead, what I've done for you guys is I've saved the chemistry lab as a template within this. So now to get to that template, all you need to do is go to insert up here, okay, and you're going to go to page template. So you're going to click it down and you're going to go to chemistry lab, or it might not be on yours like this. You're going to go to page templates. All right, so when you go to page templates, you want to go to my templates. All right, you click on that. If you go all the way, you're going to look for, yours might not be as long as mine. Mine is just a lot of notebooks that I have here. So yours might not be as long as mine. So you're just going to look for the chemistry lab. So somewhere here. So if I click on it, see, it just created a brand new template for me. Okay, that is already created. So that's how you can keep adding, okay, for your chemistry labs. All right, just in case, all right, let me just explain this. Just in case you cannot find the chemistry lab template that I created already inside, just in case, I want to teach you how to create your own. Okay, so before you start writing anything on your chemistry lab or on any page that you want to make a template, first, before you start writing anything, you want to go to insert, and you want to go to page templates, and you want to go to page templates, right? And you're going to go to save current page as a template. You're going to click on that and you're going to type the name. Okay, I'm not going to do that now because I already have it. So in your case, if you don't see it where I told you to look for it, if you don't see it there, all you have to do is type the name. Say example chemistry lab, you type the name there, right? Okay. Do not hit sets as default template for new pages in this current section. Do not do that. Leave it like that and just click on save. I'm not going to click on save because I already have it. Okay, if you click on set as default on this current section, it's going to override the chemistry lecture. Okay, you don't want to do that, right? Okay, so I'm going to take this out. All right, so we've done that. So the next one I want to show you guys is exam date. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to click on exam date. So right here you have the exam date. So you still have these links that follows you on every page and sections. Okay, so right here you have your quizzes. So I put 4 right here. So you have the subject, so you can put the subjects that you're treating within that class. So you have a quiz coming up next week, and you're going to put, so you're going to put the name of the topic you guys are supposed to be writing the quiz on. Okay, you can put the dates here as well. You put the room number here, and you put the time of the quiz, and your professors or your lecturer name, you can put their name right here. And I included 4 of this. If you have like more than 4 quizzes in that semester, all you have to do is just highlight one of this, Control C or Command C, and just Control V. Okay, so now you have 5. All right. All right, so you also have midterms. So here I just put 1 midterm. If you have more than that, 1 midterms, you can add another one. And here I have the finals. Okay, each and every class will have its own exam date, so you can know that when you are in your class section, you know that that will have that exam date. All right, and over here will be your notes. You can type anything you want to type here for reminders and all of that. I'm just going to remove this lab here so I don't have too much of that here, and I'll remove one of the lectures. Okay, all right, let's get back to the exam date. So right here you have what I call self-assessment. Okay, so this is a place where you want to access yourself. So if I go here and I click on that, it takes me to this section. Okay, semester goals. So here you want to write down your first semester goals, second semester goals, third semester goals, and fourth semester goals. So you want to put all your goals here for the semester. And now you want to access yourself. So every semester, by the middle of the semester, I want to come down here and you want to see my first semester goals update. Like, what did you accomplish? What did you achieve? Did you achieve any of those goals that you put here? If you did, say for example, you want to get you want to get an A in your first semester exam. So get an A in chemistry, lab, and lecture. And here you say you want to also get on the dean's list. Okay, so let's just do these two for now. So you want to get an A in chemistry, lab, and lecture, and you want to get on the dean's list. So for example, you were able to get on the dean's list the first semester. So you bring this, in here. Okay, you can drag that in here, right? And you check that you achieved that. You're able to do that. But then for chemistry, you were able to get an A in chemistry lab, but you couldn't get an A in chemistry lecture. Say you got a B plus in chemistry lecture. You can just drag this here and say you couldn't get it. You didn't achieve that. Okay, you didn't achieve that in your chemistry. Okay, and now you're going to it is going to be more than these two. For some of you will have like goals up to this place. Okay, and the more goals you put, the lower this goes down, so everything just comes down. All right, but let's just, for the sake of this video, I'll just say these two, and then you can just do your assessment note. So you can just type in the reason why you think you didn't get an A in both chemistry lab and chemistry lecture. And you can also type what you can do for next semester to get an A in your chemistry lab and chemistry lecture. You can just do all of that right here. Okay, and you can do the same thing for second semester, and you can put it down here. Third semester, you can do it down here. Fourth semester, you can do it down here. Also, if you don't want to have these lines, okay, for example, let me take this back. All right, so if you don't want to have these lines here, okay, if you don't want to do that, you can just click once on this, and you go to table, and you go to hide borders. Okay, it's gone. Okay, hide borders, it's gone. So you can do that, and you can do that for all of this as well. Okay, you can do that. All right, let me undo this. Okay, however, if you took the borders out of this and you drag one of these down, look what happens. You see, it takes the shape of this. You can see there is no border on this one. You can see it here, but you don't see it here. It takes the shape of that. All right, so if I take this back, it will take the shape of that. Okay, I kind of like that. I use it in some of my personal notes, so it's kind of cool. All right, okay, so I'm gonna bring this back because I want to have it I want to have the borders there. You don't have to, you can change yours. All right, I'm going to delete this. Okay, so we've done the assessment or the semester assessment. All right, we want to go back to the dashboard and I want to show you the math. Okay, if I click on the math, it just shows you that there is no lab format for this one. So here you have the same thing you have in the chemistry one. The only difference is the lab. Okay, so that's the same thing here. Okay, so all your lectures will be the same. Guys, see that? All right, so all your lectures will be the same, except for the ones that have like labs like human anatomy. So you can create your own design of your lab here, or you can just start writing and you can drag and drop like the human heart. Here you can start labeling and doing your stuff. So this is a plain canvas for you. So it's just a big blackboard and a big canvas for you to just go crazy. In a good way, doing your lecture or writing your notes for your lab. Okay, all right, and they all have their exam dates as well, and they will lead you to your self-assessment as well. Okay, you can see that. So everything is just connected. Okay, all right, so let me go back to the math, and from here you can go to the daily review. So I'm not going to talk about the subject anymore now because I've given you guys the real in-depth of that. So now let's talk about the other sections that are inside this notebook. So right here we have the daily review. So if I click on the daily review, it would take me to enter day. Okay, so this is a daily review. So right here it's telling you to enter the day. So for example, today is Monday. Okay, I'll just say Monday. But usually whenever you open a new day, it will give you that day. For example, if I click on this art page, see how this says Saturday. This was the day I created this particular section. So this is the day this was the day I created it. But if I click on add, see, it gives me Monday. See that? All right, it gives me Monday, which is today, the 29th. All right, I'll just use this one, and every time you create a new one, you click a new day, you're going to enter the day. So here it's Monday. All right, now if you want to change this, you can. All right, you can just go here, see where it is, the change the page date, click on that. I can just say Monday, and you guys see I just changed that. Okay, so you guys can do that on all yours. Okay, so when you're getting this, you will be getting them either that says July 27th, or to tell you it's Saturday. But don't worry about it, you can just click on it once and you can go here, you can change it. And the time as well, you can click on it once, you can go here, you can change it. And that's the time I'm recording this right now. Okay, so you can put here Monday. All right. All right, as usual, you have your dashboard and the rest of them here, and your links are up here. So right here you have your time and your class schedule. So right here I put 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can as well change them if your schedule doesn't have 45 minutes in between this, and you don't have 15 minutes in break, you don't have like another 45 minutes. If it's different for you, you just change it. You can change it to however you want it. And here you can just type in the class schedule that you have. Say you have physics that morning, that early, you can put it there, and say your next class it's at 8 o'clock. You can say, okay, I have an English language class. Okay, and then you can just keep going like that. Okay, I'm deleting them because these are your copies, guys. because after I'm done doing all of this, I might forget to take some of those examples away, and I send it to you guys like that, and you guys are like, oh, so I want to send it to you clean, okay, so you guys don't have to do all the deleting yourself. All right, let's go down here. So every day you have what you call daily inspiration. As college student, when I was a college student, I'm actually a self-motivated person. So every morning I have like this motivational speech that I give myself, that you can do this, you got this, God got you. You're doing this for your family, you're doing this for yourself, you're doing this for the people you're going to be working with. Just like inspiring myself, telling myself that yes, I can do this. And sometimes I'll have like some inspirational quotes that I will use. So for some people, they will need people to inspire them, and they will need written quotes that they will use every single day. And this is where you can write your quotes. Okay, you can just start writing whatever you want to write. So some people are self motivated and others are not. So some people want to have some things that they have to write down or paste to remind them every day. So what I've done is I've gone ahead to have this daily inspiration. So when you click on this pencil icon, it will take you to a inspirational quote. Okay, this inspirational quote is something you can access online. So it's inspirationalquotes.com, and right here you can see it's 29th today. So you can either listen to it by just clicking on this, or you can just highlight this and copy. You can see the day here, Monday. You can highlight this, copy it, and you can bring it to your note. Right here, you can just paste it. All right. And you can leave it as big as this if you want, or you can minimize the font size. You can come here and just put a 12, and you can make this whatever font you want, font style you want, and that's it. Okay. All right. So that's how you do that. Again, I'm going to remove this. All right. And here will be your top goals for that day. Okay, you want to have a goal for that day, what you want to do, so you can write them down here. And over here you have your daily task structure, and I use the Eisenhower matrix. For those of you who've seen most of my or some of the newer planners I've been making, or some of the newer notebook I've been making, you have been seeing that almost all of my daily schedule or daily planners have the Eisenhower matrix, because I love the way it's structured. It helps you to organize yourself properly. So for example, you have the important and urgent, and you have something that has to be done. So this is where I put do, meaning that this task needs to be done. You must do this stuff. Okay, so this keeps you focused. Like example, a homework that is due the next day, so this has to be done. Okay, or like a meeting with a professor that you have to discuss about your grades, this has to be done. All right, so there's another one that says important but not urgent. So these ones are important. These are the ones you can schedule time for, like schedule a day, maybe with your health care personnel, or you want to schedule with if you belong in a sports team in your school, and you want to have that time for your practice, you can put that here as a scheduled stuff. It's important but not urgent. Why? Because it's something that is scheduled. You don't have to run to go do it right now. It's just scheduled. Okay, so here is not important but urgent. So this is the one that you delegate. Say for example, you have projects that you guys are doing, you and your lab partners are doing, and there is something that your lab partner is very good at, and you can say, okay, this one, since you're good at this stuff and I'm good at the other stuff, how about we delegate duties that we are experts in or we're skillful at, and to one another. So here you can delegate something to him and he can delegate something to you. So here you guys know who is doing what and who is going to be held responsible for certain things, right? So that's how this one is. So it's not important, but it's urgent, right? And then you have the one that is not important and not urgent. So this is the one I call the waste of time, and this is the one that you probably have something planned with some people, you know, but maybe some students, but maybe a study group, and instead of them to go for the study group session in the library, instead they want to go watch a movie, right? So for you, that is not important and that's not urgent. You can just put that task here and say, you know what, I'm not going, I'm going to study as a good student, right? Okay. All right, so here I also put the Eisenhower matrix hint. So you guys, for those of you using this for the first time, so you guys can be able to understand this better. I might not have been able to explain it better, but I have a hint here for you guys so you can understand it properly. Okay. All right, so the next section is the homework and assignment due section. So over here you can put all the assignment that is due or the homework that is supposed to be done. Okay, and for example, if you have an assignment here, say it's mathematics chapter 7 assignment. Okay, so you have to go do some practice assignment for this math. Okay, and now if you put it here, you can't really do much about it. It's just here to remind you, right, that you have it up here. But then you want to track this. You want to be able to track your assignment. Okay, if it's a paper, for example, let's use English paper, for example. Guess I didn't spell assignment right. Okay, so let's say you have like an English paper to write. Okay, God, I can't spell today. All right, so you have an English paper to write and you want to track it, how far you've gone with it. Okay, so you can come to where it says track. You can click on that and it will take you to this assignment tracking page. So this is where you have your Kanban board within this OneNote. So what you do is you come here where it says new assignment, homework and class project. So for here it's the subjects. So enter the subjects. I will enter English. Okay, and the description I will just say for the sake of time here, I'll just say English paper report. So right here I'll put the date assigned. So let's say we were assigned, I should highlight all of this and make this right there. Okay, so here I'll just say it was assigned today. Okay, all right, assigned by Dr. Jones. And submitted date. I haven't submitted this yet, so I cannot type anything on this one until I submit it. Okay, so now we kind of say we've started this. When we start doing this, writing this paper, we can now move it, okay, to this area. So right here, it has been started. As you guys probably noticed, you see that as soon as I move this one, the green one came up. Okay, if I move the green one to this, you see the blue one came up. So you just got to keep feeding itself up. Okay. All right, so here we've started it. Let's say we've done with the paper. We want to review it, so we can move it here and say, okay, where are we in this stage of this assignment? I can say, okay, we're in the review stage, editing stage. All right, so we're going to review this assignment, and when we're done reviewing it, we can say it's been completed. we can move it to completed, and when we submit it, we can just move it down there. It's been submitted, and we can say it's been submitted 20 just on the 30th. Okay, so that has been done, and now we can come down here. Say we have math assignments. We can track math. We can track lab reports. We can track project reports as well. We can track a lot of things here. Now, for example, if this is getting too much, like you've already doing a lot and you need more, or what you have to do is come to this corner. You can see this white arrow here. You can see it on every of them. That's where they start. So you can come to one of these and just click once. It will highlight everything. You Control C, you come down here and you just Control V, and boom, you can change the color as well. Come up here to table, and you can put this color to, let's just say this is blue. All right, so we've changed that. I'll leave this down here for you guys. Okay, so that's how you add more. You can just keep adding more as you go. All right, so again, what I told you guys can see that this has no border. You can see this, it has no border. All right, but you can see here the border appeared because this has borders. So if I drag this down, you guys can see the border just appeared. If I put it back, there's no more border. Okay, you guys can see that. All right, I'm going to delete this since I already have an additional one here. All right. Okay, so next we're going to go back to, well, all right, so let's go back to review, daily review. Okay, we're back to daily review. So now we can check this paper after we've gone to the tracking and this has been submitted, right? Remember we submitted this. So after submitting it, we can go back to the review and we can say, okay, we've done this. We can check it on our daily review. All right, can come here and drag it as completed. Okay, so that has been completed. And also we can any task, for example, let me say we did a task here. Here is a task. So let's say there is a task here and there is delegation here. So Chris was delegated to do something. Okay, and let's put one here as well. See professor for grading question. Okay, just example. So if, for example, I've done this goal, if this goal was met today, I can check on it. I can check on this if I saw my professor, and I can say, okay, if I did all of that, I can leave them here if I want to. But I can say, okay, they were completed task. I can drag this and I can put it right there. Okay, so that's a completed task. All right. And you can see this as well, the task. See how short this is and how long this is. So if I drag this to the completed task, it's going to mirror that particular section. Okay, you guys can see how it is there. All right, and I can take this as well. I can drag it there. Okay, so I can have something like this, or I can just leave them where they are. I gave you guys that option just in case you want to use it. Okay, you don't have to use it. You can customize it the way you see fit. Okay, you don't have to do it the way I did it. All right, so that's the important thing about, that's one of the things I like about the OneNote in Microsoft. You can really customize it. All right, the next one is move to tomorrow. Okay, say you try to complete this assignment, but you couldn't meet up the deadline. You can just say, okay, I'm going to just drag this to complete it tomorrow. So you can move this to tomorrow, and you can, you know, adjust that for this area. and instead of submitting that day, the professor probably gave you guys an extended or gave you an extended time to submit. Then you can just say, okay, I'm going to submit it the next day or maybe the next week. All right, so you can use that to really organize your lecture and your class. You can do a lot with this. If you guys like this, please give me a thumbs up. If you guys like this, please give me a thumbs up, and also share this video as well. Okay, let's go back. All right, so I know this video is getting way longer than I expected, but I want to cover everything as much as possible, so there will be not a lot of questions. I know questions will be there, but I don't want to have that much questions from you guys or confusion. That's why I'm taking my time to really explain all of this. And over here will be your daily summary. So after the day you've gone to school, you've done everything, and you got home, this is where you can write a summary of your day. Everything you've encountered today, your wins, your losses, your excitement, your grades that came in that you're excited about, or the ones you weren't excited about. Everything here is just like a journal. You just write down about your entire day, and as you write, okay, it just keeps going down. Before you know, you fill up a page. Okay, so just wanted to show you guys that. All right, so over here you have, take this out. Over here you have your self-care and awareness. Yes, you are in school, that doesn't mean you won't take care of yourself. Okay, right here you have your personal development. You can type about that here. Okay, and over here you have your self-care. You can write about your self-care routine here, and here you have your daily steps and heart point. So this will be your daily, like your steps that you walk every day, and this will be your daily goals. And your daily goals will be 10,000. For me, it's 10,000. Yours might be 20,000 or 5,000, 6,000. You can just change it here. Okay, you can just put 15,000 here if that's your goal, to walk 15,000 every day. That's good. All right, and here is your heart point. So the heart point is something I found out using my wristwatch. So it's like it calculates it gives you points for every time your heart has like you have like a cardio exercise that every time your heart is beating faster, like it's working, it like you're exercising, it gives you points. So mine is 40 points a day. You can increase it to 50 or 60 points a day, it's up to you, but mine is 40 points a day. And sometimes I do like below that, and sometimes I do way above that. I've seen like I've done 70 points before in a day, so I will just come here and just write 70 points. Okay, or if I do 30 points, I just put 30 points. But the goal, sorry, what I'm trying to say is the goal is 40, but over here I can put like, I can say I did 70 points, okay, or I can say I did 30 points. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it as enter point there. And over here you can just put your, say for example you're supposed to do 10 every day, 10,000 every day, but you ended up doing 12,000. You can just put that there. If you did less than that, so you did 6,000, you just put it there. And here it will ask you, did you meet the goal? If you didn't meet the goal, don't check it. And if you didn't meet the goal here, don't check it. So it can give you, that evaluation of how you're doing. But if you met the goal here, say you did 10,000 steps, okay, you can just come here and check it. And if you did like, say you did 65 hard points, you can come here and check it. And every day you can use this to track your progress. Okay, the next one is your water intake. So your water tracker here, you can just check in as you get your water intake every day. So for today, you probably did, 1, 2, 3, 4 of 16 ounces. So that's the amount of water you took for that day. Okay, 16 times 4. All right, so we're getting to the end of this um, video. The other thing I want to talk about is your study schedule, and that's the last thing I'll be talking. That will be the last thing I'll be talking about today. So if I click on that, it will take me to my 2024 calendar. Okay, so we are in July now. Okay, so right here I can click on this. I to drop this down. So this is the study section or study schedule where you plan your studies. Okay, so you can go to August because this will come into August. So if I click on that, all right, so as we get into this August 2024 calendar, you can see this actually it's a calendar within the OneNote that I created. So it's correspond with your regular calendar. You can use your normal Google Calendar, but if you're using this as your studies and you want to use this also as your calendar for the school year, you can as well do the same thing. So right here I have the personal study and review. So this would be like the time you're studying. This is your personal study time, okay? And you can put like the chapter you're studying on the subjects to be right here. So if it's chemistry, you're going to type in chemistry here. Okay, and if it's chapter, you're going to put the chapter there as well. And over here you have the quiz prep. All right, so if you're prepping for a quiz and you're studying for that quiz, this is where you do that. Okay, and you want to also put your duration for your studies. I remember when I was in school, we used to be in the library from 7 a.m. on a Saturday to 7 p.m. studying, but of course we took breaks in between, but it was just snack break. Stretch your legs, take your mind off books for like 15 minutes, and then you come back and you still go in there, you're studying, and then we'll put our hours of studying right here. Okay, so that's what I created here as well to keep you guys on track. And also here you have your group project. So right here you have the subject, the time, and then your partners, okay, your project partners. All right, so you can type in if it's Mark, okay, it's part of your group, if it's Chris, and if it's Mary, okay. So these are your group partners, okay. And if somebody is not there, you can just mark who is there. So let's say Mark is there, Mary is not there, and Chris didn't come in there for that day. You don't check him out. You don't check him, okay. So you leave him as that. All right. And now you can, I just put all of this here for you guys to use. If you don't like it, you can just highlight them and delete, highlight them and delete, highlight them and delete. Okay, so you can do that. And if you want to add something, you can just highlight it, copy, come into one of these and paste it. Okay, there you go. So I don't want you to just take this and put them in here. You can do that. You can do that. I'm not saying you can't do that. You can just drag them right here. Okay, but then there's nothing here left for you. Okay, so that's why I put here copy and paste into box. That's the reason I did that. So you guys can just copy something here and come to one of this and just paste it. Okay, so that's how I did that. All right, so I have that for September, I have that for October, November, December. And then for the 2025 studies, for this 2025 school year, I have it here, and I open that January, February, March, April, May. Most schools, they graduate in May, right? So I did that. But if you want to go further for summertime, you can, but then most schools resume back in August. So this will be August 2025, right? Okay, so this will, after this one, it will not be June, July, it will be August 2025, right? So you guys can, I'll create another planner by then. for you guys to use if you don't want to go through the headache of creating your own calendar for this. Okay, some of you can just copy this calendar here, and you can come here and you can paste it, and that's August. They just changed this to 2025, and then you can just start changing the numbers. So August 2025 might start, I'm not looking at anything here or any calendar, I'm just going to guess this. Let's say, not guessing, just making this up, just say this, it's going to start on Wednesday 1st, just change it, and this will be 2nd, and this will be 3rd, and you can just start writing all the way till you get to the 31st. All right, so that's just an example I want to show you guys about that. So I'll take that out. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys. If you love this calendar and you want to really use this, there will be a link in the description where it will take you to my website where you can download this and you can start using it for your 2024 to 2025 school year. Okay, once again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. If you have any questions, please leave that in the comment section as well. All right guys, I hope to talk to you guys later. And by the way, when you download this and you don't know how to import this into OneNote, I will link a video that I made on how I was able to, or how I show you guys how to import files from how to import the files, the OneNote files into your OneNote. It's that one is a Bible import. It's the same thing. It's just a OneNote file. So the same steps, the same method I use on that video, it will apply to any files that is on OneNote, whether you're using whether you're using mine or someone else's on, is the same exact steps. So follow that steps. I'll put that link in the description. It will help you import this notebook onto your own personal OneNote. Thank you again for watching. I hope you're having a great day. God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.